Welcome back, everyone. So I'm going to do a reading on Hana Kobayashi's father, Ryan Kobayashi. As we know, he allegedly took his own life. Before I go into that, I do just want to say a couple of things regarding the last reading, which was Hana Kobayashi. And as I mentioned, it was like the strongest reading, the clearest and strongest reading I've had for quite some time. The messages that were coming through were so clear, so strong. And then the next day, she's been seen going into Mexico. So I was a bit like taken aback by that. What I will say is those messages came out for a reason. I always trust where I'm led. I trust what I'm given. Something else about that reading really didn't sit right with me. And that was, if you have watched it, I'll link it. I'll link it at the end of this reading, but I'll link it in the description as well. Halfway through, I started getting vibes of Samantha Gonsalves, which was really weird because obviously the reading had nothing to do with her. But after I'd finished that reading, I could not get Samantha out of my mind. And I started to really, really worry about her. I just had this really bad feeling about her. I actually ended up emailing her mum to ask her if she was okay and could she please message her just to check she was okay. I'm not going to go into, the outcome of that, but she wasn't okay, and hopefully she's now somewhere safe. But I don't know if there is this. Listen, Kaylee has been on my case. It's the only way I can say it. She's been on my case, relentlessly persistent about me continuing, with the whole case with the Idaho 4, which of course I'm going to do, but I needed a break. And I don't know if there was some energy crossing over in that reading between Kaylee coming in and me trying to read for Hannah. So I don't know. But the other thing I will say is that whatever's been said about Hannah, the fact that she's safe and she's missing of her own accord, but they're going to keep the case open. Why would they keep the case open if they're quite happy that she's safe and she's gone, voluntarily missing? Why would they keep the case open? It still doesn't sit right with me. It still doesn't feel right. And as I said, I'll stand by what the energies I picked up and read. And I don't know if I'm looking at what's coming or if I was looking at what's coming, possibly. But there's a lot in that reading that is just, it was too strong and it was too clear for me to dismiss it. So we're going to have a look at Ryan. Let's just see what were his reasons if he did take his life. What were the reasons for him doing that? So we've got, I don't know his date of birth. The last time I tried to research date of birth, it was Hannah's, and I got it completely wrong because there's misinformation about her all over the place. And I feel that's deliberate as well. I just feel like people are deliberately being led down the wrong path. It's quite possible that she has deliberately gone missing because she wants to evade the she wants to, she's releasing herself from the matrix or whatever it was that she said. And we have to consider that. But has she been brainwashed into something? I'm putting these back because I was thinking about Hannah as I was shuffling, so I don't want this reading to be about Hannah, it's about Ryan. So this deck is brand new and it's mega. It's called Secrets Revealed True Crime Oracle from Abundant Life Tarot. I don't know if it's available. I don't think it's available on Amazon or anything. but I'll link. I'll put the name of it in the description. It's like 80. Well, it's more than 100 cards or something. There's a lot of cards. So let's see. We'll pull the first few for Ryan. Show me the reason for Ryan Kobayashi's death, please. Okay, so we've got vehicle transportation. I don't know what he does for a living, need to look into that, but possibly that could be to do with his job, but also that makes me get vibes of trafficking. The next one, I mean, I shouldn't rule anything out, but I don't feel like he's a serial thriller. I don't feel like that. But maybe that's what happened to him. Next card. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure he wasn't in the country when he died. And the next one. So according to this, he was targeted. This deck is so big, it's got two. Look how big it is. So this is the whole deck. So I'm going to do this half now. I know there's been a bit of talk about him being involved with Hannah when she was younger in ways that he shouldn't. So I don't know if that targeted victim is about him targeting Hannah. And was this just about guilt? Did he unalive himself because he felt guilty? Or is it something else? Let's see. Conman or fraud? Is he involved in something fraudulent? Was he mixed up with some dodgy businessmen? Wow. Aiding and abetting. I mean, it makes me feel like he's got caught up in something financial with some people that were a bit dark, and got himself into a situation he couldn't get out of. And was his daughter the price for that? And that's why he unalived himself. Accident. So, I mean, it looked like an accident, but it didn't. It looked like he did it himself. And the last one from this deck, bank records. So it does feel like there's something here about Ryan where he's got himself into trouble, financial trouble in some way, which feels like it's come from a place of not illegal. He's ended up in some sort of illegal activity with potentially with a group of people who you wouldn't want to mess with. So this is the Clarifying Life Situations deck. I have asked, I don't even want to say her name because she's going to come straight in if I do. But I've asked who to kind of please leave me to do this one. Winds of Fortune. Allow the winds of fortune to guide your sails, manoeuvring through life's opportunities and challenges with adaptability. It's interesting because there's a boat and fortune, and I just think, okay, smuggling, maybe. Then we have River of Release. Drift along the River of Release where waters carry away burdens, guiding towards renewal. Again, something to do with water. So now we're doing the what lies beneath. Already knowing the tea. So that feels like Hannah knows something, or she found something out. Love story, once upon a time. It's interesting because the first vibes I got from looking at pictures of Hannah and her father was that they had a very loving relationship. But this is coming through from Ryan, that he had something very special with her that he ruined, is what I feel with this. And this last deck, well, not the last deck, the last oracle deck is Path of Shadows. I forgot the disclaimer, guys. So this is disclaimer time. Sorry, halfway through. This is a tarot reading. It is not based on fact. It is just my opinion. It's pure speculation. It's open to interpretation. And yeah. Overthinking. Each thought a labyrinth, endless, obscure. There is no peace amidst this self-imposed torture. So this is making me feel like he did do this himself. But because of something Hannah found out. Evil Queen, where love eludes, fear becomes my throne. What would a rose be without its thorns? The camera doesn't want to focus, does it? No. Where love eludes, fear becomes my throne. What would a rose be without its thorns? Evil Queen. Someone here feeds off someone is feeding off fear. It's definitely not Hannah, but it does feel like someone had something over Ryan. So I'm going to do some tarot now. I'm trying to figure out what deck to use. Okay. Ten of Swords, endings, betrayal. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Did he owe money? Is he in debt? that why this happened? He was in debt, he couldn't pay it off, and they threatened to do something to Hannah. The Emperor. So this feels like the person that threatened him. Someone who's very domineering, controlling, authoritative. Like the leader, whoever this is, someone very high up. Does he have gambling debts? I'm getting gambling debts. Was he a gambler? The Magician reversed. Manipulation. I feel like he's very easily manipulated, if that makes sense. The Lovers. Queen of Cups reversed. So his relationship with Hannah's mum, if this is about Hannah's mum, I think they're estranged, I believe. I don't know. Queen of Cups reversed. It's funny, it's coming straight underneath that Evil Queen card as well. It feels like a strong female energy here. And I don't know if this is tied to some kind of criminal network or if it's tied to a personal connection of Ryan's. Knight of Wands reversed. I feel like that is Ryan. I feel like that is Ryan, and that's this River of Release is about him when he passed. I can't connect to him directly at all. He's just not there. Queen of Cups reversed again. There's a female energy here. I need to find out what is this female energy, what is she to do with it. So I'm going to pull another Secrets Revealed card. What does this Queen of Cups have to do, please, with Ryan's death? children. Was this Hannah's mother? Was it the mother of his children? Was it coming in reverse? What the hell? Children in a wooded area. I don't know what this is trying to tell me. Six of Wands. Someone has succeeded at something. I mean, if the goal was to, I mean, what was the goal? Was the goal that Ryan ended his life, or they got what they wanted? They got Hannah. I don't know. Hannah always wanted children. Has she got a child? I don't think she has she? Eight of Pentacles. Dedicating yourself to a cause of some kind. And I think that's Hannah. I think she's, I don't know. I know I said in the last reading we're talking about trafficking and her being taken and stuff. But I also worry about, I mean, like I said, now I'm questioning, was that what's going on now? That's what's coming. Is she being lured into certain places, countries, cult energy? I don't know. The Hanged Man. Why would he do it out in the public like that, you know, for everyone to see? If you were going to do that, surely you'd do it in private. Still doesn't feel right. Temperance in reverse. So it's definitely, you know, and again, I don't know if he was a drinker, if he'd lost control completely before this happened, but that would make sense because he wasn't in his right mind. He was under the influence and did it, you know, under the influence, and that makes sense. I don't know if has he had an autopsy or anything? Would they need to do one if they've decided he did this himself? Would they even do one? I don't know. I know that in this country you'd only have an autopsy if it's in suspicious circumstances, which as far as I'm concerned it is, but King of Cups. The Fool. Again, this gives me that vibe of he was quite naive, he was very suggestible, very impressionable, probably, you know, had all sorts of problems throughout his life with addiction. I don't know if any of this is right, but I'm just giving you what I feel, guys. Three of Pentacles reversed. I don't know, there's a disconnect here between some people. I don't know if it's just showing me the disconnect between him, his wife, Hannah, possibly. Six of Pentacles. So it does feel like someone was keeping him dangling because of money. There's definitely something here about money. Almost like kind of blackmail situation, that's what I'm getting. And either it got to a point where he couldn't keep it up anymore. Let's do some more of these, and then I'm gonna have a think about this. I feel like he got to a point where he had no choice but to tell her something, because otherwise they were going to do something. So he told her. He told her whatever this secret was. And then that's when she had a bit of a, I don't know, so you call it a mental health crisis. But that's when she started making decisions about, if that's the case, disconnecting from, you know, the world as we know it. But there's a problem here, because I still feel like she was being targeted. I still feel like the people she was in contact with before she went on this trip were disreputable. And I also feel like he was trying to warn her about that, and she didn't trust a word he said. After whatever it was he told her, she didn't trust a word he said, and told him not to ever speak to her again. You know, at which point he probably thought that was it, her life was in danger, there's nothing he could do about it, and that was it. I don't know. I'm going to pull a few more of these guys, and then out of town. He wasn't, was he home when, was he in his hometown when when it happened? I don't know. See, I don't know anything. Out of town. There you go. Organised crime or gang. denial. So I think probably for most of the time before, you know, if this was going on for a long, long time, he was carrying some kind of burden. He probably was in denial for a long time until he had no choice. Got to that point. So I'm going to pull 4 more and then I'm going to leave it there. Rash decision, impulse. I mean, if that feels like him telling Hannah whatever this was. He probably realised that he'd made a huge mistake when he not expecting the reaction that she gave him. Lost. I can feel his desperation. Like there's nothing left. Party or social gathering. Don't know what that's about. Did he throw up? Because they do that a lot, don't they? People that before they unalive themselves, they normally have like the last kind of fling the night before as a farewell thing, but nobody knows that's what they're doing. I wonder if he did that. I doubt what he would have done if his daughter was missing. That would have looked a bit strange, wouldn't it? Having a party. Distraction and diversion. That's interesting. Because that's how I feel. I feel like there's a lot of distraction and diversion going on, but that could be my own personal distraction and diversion from spirit, trying to distract and divert me. And the last one is meeting. That's Hannah. Hannah went off for a meet. He probably knew the last thing she was doing, that before he died, was that she was going off to meet someone, and he couldn't stop her. So yeah, it is something. It's definitely something going on here. His background feels like he got messed up with some kind of criminal fraudulent activity. Maybe because he was in debt, because he was gambling. I don't know, guys. I'm just giving you what I'm picking up, and also remember that it may be the way it may be the way that I'm interpreting the cards. Maybe I should be interpreting them differently, but I have to go with the first thing that comes to my mind, otherwise I'm using my conscious brain, not my subconscious brain. So that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that he, in a nutshell, was, you know, a gambler or something. He ended up in a serious amount of debt, probably went to the wrong people to try and get himself out of debt, ended up in criminal activities of some kind. Don't know what those criminal activities were. I really hope it's got nothing to do with trafficking or smuggling of any kind. I really hope not, because that would be dark and awful. And in the meantime, you know, he got to a point where he couldn't repay. And then they said, you either repay or we'll take your daughter or something. I don't know. That feels like it's that kind of thing. But they're working in the background in the meantime, kind of trying to connect or weave their way into Hannah's life. And it almost feels like he was probably given proof of that. Like, hey, look at this. We're already in your daughter's life. And then giving him proof of emails or text messages. I don't know. Something feels off, and, you know, for the police to say, yeah, she's fine. She's missing, voluntarily missing. Is that what they call it? And she's quite safe. How do they know? How do they know she's safe? How much? I mean, maybe there's stuff going on in the background we don't know about, because at the end of the day, these gangs are, they know everything. They have their fingers in everything. They are connected to everyone, everything, every phone, every device, every conversation, their ears, eyes, everywhere. So maybe law enforcement are just being super careful. I don't know, but it is what it is, guys, and that's the energy I picked up. So take it or leave it. Thank you, as always, for those of you who are, you know, regulars on my channel. Thank you for all of you who are new here as well. If anyone is interested in a personal reading, I'm offering a audio guided meditation to meet your spirit guides with every reading booked. If you want to find out more, please just email me at revelationtarotgb@gmail.com. revelationtarotgb@gmail.com. The email is in the description, just in case you're not too sure how to spell it. And yeah, be careful, guys, because I don't ever reach out and offer readings or anything like that. So watch out for the scammers. Apart from that, please leave your comments, tell me your thoughts. I love your engagement. It's really nice to hear your opinions and you know, get involved kind of thing. So thank you, guys. Thank you for your love, your support, your encouragement and your engagement. I return it to you tenfold. I'll see you next time. Enjoy the journey.